Hello, my dears. This is Resilient Lives coming to you on the Thursday before the Friday. The Thursday before people start beginning the weekend celebration. I don't know what your weekend looks like, but mine, it shouldn't be full of a whole lot of celebrations because that was last weekend. But how are you thriving? How's it going? It is a beautiful day here, and it's always encouraging, but we must always just stop to get a grasp on how we're feeling, what's going on. So I'm sending you a little love and energy because we're constantly in this period of uncertainty. And that's how we have learned to be novel and adapt to all of the situations that continually come up in our lives. But knowing that we're not alone, knowing that someone cares, knowing that someone is listening and is willing to be our support is a good thing. I remember when we did a while ago the video on will someone let me out of here? You know, frequently we put ourselves in a box, or circumstances put us in a box, and so we're stuck. We don't know how to get out, and we don't know if people recognize our cry for help. You know, sometimes people don't know how to ask. They don't know how to say, I'm stuck. I'm not in a good place. I don't quite know how to get myself out of this box I've put myself in. And then the vital friend would be there to say, how can I help? Do you want help? I'm hearing you. You're not alone. And so we're here to help each other to thrive, to get through this period of uncertainty, knowing that it's not going to be the last, the only, knowing that every day, every week, something else happens. But we're building up muscles, grit, to learn how to deal with situations that are uncomfortable, uncertain. We are learning. And I'm hearing, I don't know how your school systems are going out there, but there's a general debate going on here in the school systems about should we send our kids to school or not. And so forums are being developed so that people could express their feelings. Must have many feelings because the concern is for safety. And it is a resounding concern. It's not just for the local low schools, but kids are getting ready to go to college. I know I have loved ones who are going, and some have left to go to college. But the concern is a question that we posed once before, and it was, should we stay or should we go? Now, this was a concern that a doctor wrote about going out. Should we stay or should we go? And the going out, it's got to be a personal decision on going out. You don't go out because other people want you to go out. They might not know your circumstances. They might not know the challenges that you're having, body, mind, and soul. They might not know what stresses you and all those things. But we're constantly making choices. Should I stay or should I go? And this is the question that the parents and the administrators and the teachers and all will ponder over and over again. And the issue is the pandemic surging are starting to happen in schools with young people. And so we will probably be in this situation for a long time until we figure it out, or until they figure it out, how to stay safe. But I just wanted to remind you that we are listening and looking for situations where our loved ones are stuck in this. Should I stay or should I go? Should I go back to work? What should I do? And that's a personal question. But remember, if they have gotten themselves in a box, maybe they need a little help, a little encouragement. We talked a little bit about pivot yesterday, and pivot is when you need to make a change. You need to change directions. You need to look at the where you're going and what you're doing. And we're still looking at, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay with my company? Should I go? Should I go send my kids to school? We are constantly dealing with this in this pandemic because the pandemic isn't going anyplace. It is still a deadly thing. But when we look at pivot, we're just thinking about the new norms, the new plans for what should I do? Is it time for me to make a change? And so what would that change look like? But be encouraged because you're not alone. We are looking at all of the things that we have going for us. We have hope. We definitely have hope. And that is one of the key things of perseverance and grit and resilience is to have hope. Because when you have hope, then that fuels you to be able to do whatever the plan you have in mind, because you're believing positively that whatever you do, you'll be successful. And so I'm encouraging you to feel the love that I'm sending and know that someone cares for you, and we're thriving. and just to recognize that we have good things happen. I'm still excited about Kamala being selected as a vice president on the Democratic ticket. But, we just want to look around and see some positive things happening. Those things give us hope too. Is there anything good happening in the world, other than the pandemic and people being killed? And because we must move forward, and we must not look at the negatives. We must remember to look at the positives, because remember, positive emotions build on positive emotions, which is that broadening bill theory. And if we are constantly hopeful and building on the positive, then we'll have the hope that tomorrow is going to be a good day. In spite of the fact that good and bad happens all the time, we will get through this. So know that you're loved, beaming a little energy your way. and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.